All right, so today we're going to go over Udemy Instructor Insights that I've had in the year 2020. Now, these are probably going to be relevant for a year or two afterwards, at least. So these are going to help you. It's going to be 4 simple and short tips that are going to help you sell more and make more money on the Udemy platform, okay? And these are kind of transferable to the other platforms like Stack Commerce, Skillshare, and all the other ones. So if you're interested in all the other places that you can sell your online courses and online content, not just online courses, you can grab the free cheat sheet down in the description. It's always linked there, 100% free, okay? Now, before we jump into this, I want to hit 2 points home. So if you don't know who I am, first and foremost, I'm a successful Udemy instructor. I have over 400,000 students now. It's probably about 450,000 students now across 2 Udemy instructor profiles. And I've made a full-time income on Udemy for the past 3 to 4 years-ish or so. I haven't exactly counted how many months specifically I've been on the platform, okay? So I know what I'm talking about, and these tips will help you. Now, the second thing I want to touch on is the fact that I've kind of been slacking on creating videos around these types of topics lately. And the reason for that is it doesn't really seem that there's a lot of other people that are interested in this. Maybe that's the fact that there's not that many other instructors out there or that many other people that are using, content to turn it into an income like I am and like I teach on this specific channel and in these videos. So obviously I'm going to continue to continue to create content around this types of stuff because I like it and I genuinely enjoy it. But that said, it would go a long way if you obviously subscribed. If you haven't already, hit the bell notification so you get notified when I actually drop these videos, because I guess subscriptions don't really mean anything on YouTube or platforms like that anymore. And on top of that, please give it a thumbs up and drop a comment on this video if you do appreciate the value in these videos and you like these types of topics as well, so I know going forward to continue to create these videos for you, okay? Now, let's jump into the actual insights. So there's 4, like I said, main insights when I was thinking about creating this video of like, what are the revelations? What are the things that I've noticed in my own, course creation business and my own information products business, specifically with third-party platforms like Udemy, Skillshare, Stack Commerce, Amazon Video Direct, etc., right? So the first one is that instead of creating and focusing on, creating lots of new courses, which is the topic and strategy I used to kind of teach people, it was like, hey, hypothetically, if you have 10 courses earning you $50 on average, right? Well, then if you have 50 courses that are all good, right, that you're not rushing to create, hypothetically, obviously, you'd be making the equivalent of that if you kept that average going, right? And that seemed to work originally, although I don't necessarily recommend going that route now. Instead, what I'd recommend that you do, instead of constantly focusing on creating new courses, there's nothing wrong with creating new courses and having a bunch of courses. I do as well. But I would recommend that instead you spend a lot of time upgrading and improving your old courses, even more so than launching new courses and continuously starting from scratch, okay? Time is a huge factor on the Udemy platform if you play your cards right and if you get students and all that good stuff into your courses, because your older, outdated courses already have watch time, they already have students, they already have, reviews on them specifically, right? Basically, they're already ranked on the platform. So you're starting from like step 4, right? Where your course is like teetering on the potential to be ranked if you improve it and students start liking it more and your ratings kind of skyrocket, rather than starting from scratch and trying to rank in a brand new category. Now, if you obviously happen to find good opportunities, create new courses, and there's nothing wrong with that. What I'm saying is your focus, I'm not gonna break it down and be like 80% or 20% or like 75-25, right? But the majority of your focus probably should be focused on improving old, outdated courses and making them better for old students, right? As well as, even if they're not outdated, just improving older courses and improving courses that you have now, because ultimately you want to rank on the platform long term, and by continuously improving it, you're going to get better ratings, more watch time, you're going to add more lectures to the course, which will obviously increase your watch time, and your course will be there long term ranked against other courses, rather than having a bunch of mediocre courses. I'd rather have a couple really great ones. You'll make a lot more money and you'll have a lot more success doing it with that strategy, okay? The next one is to, instead of obviously creating, like I said before, lots of other courses, but this time what I used to recommend is like create it on obscure topics. It doesn't matter. Just get courses out there as long as they're good and as long as you obviously have good production value. I'd be like, hey, if you know about backgammon, create a backgammon course. There's nothing wrong with that. Like you can create courses on obscure topics like that, But what I'm saying is rather than create random courses and a bunch of different courses and content on obscure topics, instead spend more time initially finding a subject that is both in demand, keywords there, in demand, and that you like and you're good at, okay? If you spend a lot more time focused on, using the Udemy Instructor Insights tool, or, even like looking at YouTube or Google or like common trends, right? Or what seems to be going on now in the world that's, there's the demand for, right? You're gonna have a lot more success and your course will make a lot more money by doing that. And then you can focus on continuously making that course better. That doesn't mean you have to create courses on things that you don't like or you don't care about just because they're in demand. But what it does do is instead of creating like 10 to 20 courses on random things that like you're just kind of throwing like a dart at the wall and hoping, instead what I'd recommend is spend a lot more time looking for a specific course that is both in demand, ideally a hot topic, but if it's not a hot topic, I'd prefer to have a course that's in demand and highly competitive because there's sales in that category and people are looking for it, right? And obviously, people have this misconception that like a student on Udemy or any of these platforms is only buying one-off courses. But for example, I know this firsthand. Like if I go to Udemy and I type in a Photoshop course, chances are I'm not usually just buying one Photoshop course. I'm probably gonna buy a couple of them or at least look at a couple of them, right? So the key here is I'd prefer to go with an in-demand, more competitive subject than something that doesn't have any demand because that shows that nobody's really looking for it. And even if you make a great course and you spend a lot of time in that subject matter, chances are you probably won't make many sales, okay? So instead, spend a lot more time initially focusing and finding topics that are in demand and you like and you're good at, okay? Like I said, you'll have a lot more success that way on the platform and all platforms specifically, even if it's like Skillshare or anything like that, right? Or YouTube, obviously, and you'll make a lot more money doing so. Now, the next one is something that I still kind of teeter with, but to be perfectly honest, I'm not so sure that giving out a lot of free coupon codes is the way to go anymore. And I've seen instructors, both, successful instructors, take both sides of this fence, even still today. And I'm teetering on the fence a little bit, but I'm definitely more so against giving free coupon codes away now. There's so many reasons why you don't want to give free coupon codes out. I've done videos on this in the past, so I'm not going to touch on it too severely in this video, right? But ultimately, instead, what I recommend that you do is you use them as a tool, but only use them as a tool, okay? And that's if you need to. So maybe if you're just starting out, if you don't have a lot of students in your instructor profile, right? Or maybe you just have a new course and you're kind of struggling to get enough sales to kind of rank it against other courses, then maybe you give it as a tool or you use free coupon codes as a tool. But what I'd recommend if you plan on doing that, give them out to friends and family. Give them out to people that already know you. Give them out to people that follow you on social media or on YouTube and stuff like that, right? And the reason being is those people already know, like, and trust you, and they're more likely to go through the course, obviously rate you well, etc., etc. If you drop them in Facebook groups, if you drop them on, online forums that, give free coupon codes away, those people don't necessarily know you. They have no incentive in there, and chances are they're either not going to watch the course, and if they watch the course a little bit, they won't have a genuine interest in that topic as much, and they're going to be more likely to rate you bad, and they have no skin in the game, right? So those students, like I said, tend to not watch it. They tend to rate it bad, and obviously the list goes on and on. But when you obviously don't give away free coupon codes, then you control the expectations of your students, okay? And I've learned this the hard way. I did so many free coupon codes for the first 3 years-ish of me, on the actual platform, and I've kind of moved away from that, and my income rose significantly after doing that, okay? Now, it definitely helped to rank me in the beginning and rank certain courses, and like I said, use it as a tool if you want to, okay? But ultimately, if you stop doing that, you're gonna control the expectations of your students, because if you start to give, and trust me, I know this from firsthand experience, if you start to give too many coupon codes away, your students are going to start to expect that, and they're gonna stop purchasing your courses and go find them for free on other websites, etc., okay? So instead, try to set the expectation that you don't give out free coupon codes ever, at all, or at the very least that you rarely do, okay? Now, last point is short and simple, and this is something that I've been playing around with lately, and I kind of fought for a while and heard from other successful instructors, but I've been testing out recently and it's really, really helped me out, okay? And that is kind of creating free mini courses of an entire course and uploading it to platforms like Facebook, IGTV, LinkedIn a little bit if it's not too long, right? And LinkedIn, obviously, you can only have like 10-minute videos currently. Obviously, they're probably going to expand that in the future. So that might not necessarily be where you want to go, or even like a podcasting platform if it's something that they can listen to and they don't have to actually watch, as well as like Facebook, if I said that already, and YouTube, right? So upload like a mini course there as like a little teaser, and then maybe in the beginning, have like an introduction and be like, hey, this is, about 10 of the lectures simultaneously back to back that I like from X course that is 40 lectures long, right? So give them a little taste, give them a little teaser, put a lot of good videos out there, and then let them see if that's something that they're interested in and they want to learn more, right? And then you can also pitch them in that actual intro, pitch them in the outro, right? And maybe drop like if it's long enough, you don't want to kind of add another one in the middle if it's not that long. But maybe if you have like a 30 or 40 or like an hour and a half long video, pitch them in the intro after explaining a little bit and keep it short, succinct, and to the point. Pitch them in the outro if they like the video where they can find more information on that topic. And then obviously maybe like a short segment in the middle where you're cutting in and be like, hey guys, I hope you're enjoying the video. If you want more on this, I have an entire course on this. Like I said before, it's linked for $9.99 or $15.99 or whatever. It's a complete steal, and you can get a lot more information on this topic linked in the description, right? And a lot of people have been, telling me that for a while, and I fought it for a while, but actually I've been seeing by testing out with specific coupon codes and looking at the results that content marketing and giving YouTube kind of teasers of your course, or Facebook teasers, or Instagram, whatever it is, right, does actually go a long way to convert organic buyers. And obviously just a couple of organic buyers like that is really going to help your rank your course over time long term. If you add just a couple of little purchases here and there every month, it's going to skyrocket it in the rankings long term. So hope you guys like that. That's basically the Udemy insights that I have, the four most prominent ones that I've kind of thought about here for 2020. And we're approaching the end of 2020 when I'm recording this, but this is going to be relevant for 2021 and probably even into 2022 or beyond. So like I said before, I plan to continue creating videos like this. I genuinely enjoy it, and it's stuff that I have an interest in and I like creating. But I also realize that there's not that many people out there that like these videos or are interested in these topics. So if you're one of them, and if you'd like to see me continuously creating content on videos like this, please give it a thumbs up, share it with somebody if you can, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next one.